joining us once again. I'm Sophia Lucia Perola with Garden State Film Festival. We have our 22nd year from March 21st through March 24th in Asbury Park, New Jersey and Cranford, New Jersey. We have over 200 films screening in a fast-paced weekend, all different types of topics, all different types of films. You can check it out. And one of the films you can check out is a short film called Shots. Yes, here to talk with us about this awesome film are these two amazing artists. Eddie Castro was the writer, director, producer, and plays one of the very important characters in the film. And Paula Munoz, sorry if I said your name, Paula, wrong, is producer and first AD. I'm going to have you both introduce yourselves so you can do it way more elegantly and better than I just did. So can I have you introduce yourself, who you are, and exactly what you did in the film? Let's start off with you, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. First off, it's
Yes.
it's really cool to be selected to the Garden State Film Festival. So, thank you for this opportunity. Really. So yeah, my name is Eddie Castro. I am the writer, director, and one of the actors in the movie. Like you said, I guess I play a somewhat important role. I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, I guess I should say I'm a recent graduate of Brooklyn College, and this was basically my first, I guess, independent film outside of school. And Paola and I were classmates, and she's helped me out with a few of my projects. I've helped her out with a few of her projects, and it was um it was just easy to ask her to help me out on this project because we're a pretty good working team. So
Congratulations on your first independent film, Eddie. Very, very cool.
thank you.
Paula, tell us about you.
Well, yeah. So I'm Paola Munoz. I'm also a recent graduate. Eddie and I were classmates, and of course, like classmates turned into friendship, and then like film partners. So that's really cool. And this is actually the second project that I've done with Eddie. The first one was his thesis film. So yeah, I supported him with that. And what I mainly do is like first assistant directing, and I helped him produce it. And like it was all a learning experience for me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Amazing. I mean, again, congratulations to you both. I'm so excited Garden State Film Festival has Shots in its lineup this year because it's a really awesome film. I'm excited to talk to you about it. But before I do, what is Shots? What's this film about?
Well, I guess at its most basic, it's about standing up for yourself and claiming your own identity. You know, there's I don't know if I don't want to give too much away, but this kid is bullied and at school, and he's got a father who's pretty much a bully as well, and he's got decisions to make in his life, really big decisions that will
Mhm.
impact him the rest of his life, and things can be a little bit scary at some points, but hopefully it's a story, it's a movie that's hopeful in the end.
Yeah, definitely is. And what was the inspiration? How did the story come to you, Eddie?
Well, Paolo's already laughing because she knows the quasi joke. The inspiration came from me breaking up with a girlfriend. Like,
Best way to get over a breakup is to make a film, I've heard. Yeah.
it's like standing up to a bully. So I said, I can't. I'm not having enough. Enough any more of this. So,
Hmm.
but really, it's about like I said before, claiming your identity. Um, he's our main character Daniel is pulled in different directions on how to treat this situation, and again, I don't want to ruin anything, but it's up to him how to figure out how to do this his own way, and in doing so he's going to establish again his identity and basically his path for the rest of his life.
Hmm.
I think we all have those moments in life, and if you have the emotional maturity, the intelligence, the reflection, to think through your actions and how you affect others, then you're basically an adult. And I believe like this kid became an adult, at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to ruin anything, but yeah, it's really about making the right choices in your life.
Right. Love that. So yeah, we're not going to give anything away, but we can talk about the amazing cast you have in this, including the lead. You have this young actor, Paola. You were a producer and assistant director on this. Talk to me about what went into finding all of these kids who were first time actors, which is so cool. Like, what went into producing shots?
Well, obviously the first challenge was like we're gonna work with children. So on backstage, well, we used backstage. Backstage was the main place that we used. We also like tried to look for other resources, like people who had children or like their nieces or nephews. And honestly, nothing was coming up for a very long time. And Eddie and I started working on this maybe like December of 2021. No, sorry, 2022. Yeah, yeah. And then, we would meet up every week, and then every week it was like we weren't finding anybody, or Eddie wasn't finding anybody, and we were getting so close to the principal photography date, which was June, and it was April, and we were like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? And I kept throwing these like these suggestions to Eddie to like just interview them. And Eddie wanted one specific actor. Like the actors that he really wanted just never landed because of scheduling and like their children, they're in school, so that's important. But then finally not that I threw it, but I saw Daniel's headshot and I was like, I don't know. I thought he could fit the role, and I suggested it to Eddie, and Eddie was like, okay, well, I kind of saw this before, and I was thinking about it, but you know what? Fine, I'll give it a shot. And then he finally did, and he was blown away. This kid showed up like by himself. I mean, usually we expect a parent there. There was no parent. He was by himself, like a little businessman with his script. He's like, oh, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready when you're ready. So shit, okay. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so it was really great finding Daniel. Daniel was like, I think we got really, really lucky just finding Daniel. And then from Mateo, like, it's funny because I think Mateo was probably the first actor that we auditioned, and Eddie immediately was like, definitely yes. Like, I love this guy. I'm having him. And yeah, so for Mateo, it's pretty smooth process, but for Daniel, it was very hard to find him.
Wow. Yeah, shout out to Daniel and the entire cast. Eddie, when it came to directing children, and especially children who never acted before, except for maybe Daniel, I'm assuming as this little businessman, he probably has done this before, coming in with his script ready to go. But what was really important when directing the cast and shots and just directing the story?
Well, it's funny because they really had a grasp of the emotion that each character was supposed to carry. So when I was casting or when I was auditioning, I didn't have them read the script. I didn't have them read lines back to me. Because you can study the script and you can emote with someone over Zoom,
Mhm.
and then when it comes time to actually filming on set, you just come flat. So I was really more invested, or I really cared more about the emotion. So instead, I gave them improv prompts. So we went back and forth with different prompts. So with Antonio, who plays Daniel, um, I gave him prompts of him flipping the script on someone, going from being you know a little bit more nervous and timid, and then like to just flip the script and stop accepting blame, that he has no part of. And then Mateo, I really wanted him to. I he Our bit was basically that he had to go meet with a friend who was going to leave forever, and I'm playing his father, and I'm telling him, nope, you're not going to go anywhere, and he just had to, just just eat it. And so I wanted to see that emotion, and they both killed it, and I just thought, this is great. And once they read the script, they knew immediately what they had to do. So it really wasn't much that I had to do other than like some blocking and tech stuff. But here and there, I did give them little prompts. Hey, there's more at stake, or or don't forget this, and he's the biggest bully in your life, things like
Mm,
that. And they got it. I didn't really need to explain too much to them.
mm,
They, for being basically first time film actors, um, they really just got it. And I should say Mateo is actually a little bit more theater trained. He's done a few school plays, so he was at least a little bit more experienced, maybe like 2 years or so. So I had to tell him to tone it down, if anything, because he was a
mm.
little bigger. Because on theater, on
Oh,
stage,
yeah.
you need to be a little bit bigger to show.
Hmm.
I told him, trust the camera, bring it down.
Mm,
You're killing it. Bring it down, but just bring it down.
yeah.
And Antonio was this is, I think he did like one other short, but he had a minor role. So this was like his first like main leading role in a short. And again, he was great. And the two of them were just great on set. Actually, all four kids were
Mm,
amazing that we had. So, but it really didn't take much other than just a few prompts for all of them. They were just like
mm,
super pro. And I told their parents on the side because I didn't want to blow up their heads either. I told them, these kids, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're reading. I don't know what they're watching on YouTube, but they get it. They
yeah.
they're hitting their marks. They're hitting their prompts. They've got the emotion coming out. They're doing things that much more experienced adult actors have trouble with, and it was
Hmm.
it was amazing just to have them. We were so lucky.
So amazing, and such an interesting audition process and directing style. Really cool. Thank you for sharing. Um, Both of you produced this. Paula, specifically to you, this was shot in 5 days. We got a lot of locations. It's a big story. Obviously, working with children. What was some unforeseen challenges you guys had to overcome, or just what's some of the things that went into producing this?
Well, in terms of challenges that we experienced on set, actually the first shooting day, our supporting actor Algeron, he was not there, and we were like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do? We don't have our supporting actor." And we kept waiting and waiting, and we honestly thought he was not gonna show up for the whole project, but it was just a miscommunication, and it happens. So, I mean, thankfully, Eddie persevered, and we just continued on, and it worked out in the end. And yeah, that was probably like the biggest problem that we faced in the beginning. Another thing too is that we were just filming in the sun for hours, at least our first and second day. And it was horrible. I remember coming home with my eyes all red, and I didn't know that your eyes can actually get sunburnt. So yeah, I'll make sure to bring like extra sunscreen next time. But in terms of pre-production with challenges, a lot of the fundraising. So I didn't do a lot of the fundraising. A lot of the fundraising came mainly from Eddie, and I appreciate his very hard work for that. And he like honestly, we weren't really getting a lot. We weren't just people just weren't seeing our posts, and
Mhm.
as much as we tried to share and talk about it, it was like, some people just see it and they scroll past it. But thankfully, and this is, I forget, I'm sorry, Eddie, I forget your supervisor's name, but Eddie's supervisor gave like a really big donation to us, and it was amazing because it probably like started that ball rolling. And honestly, we couldn't have done it without his supervisor, and of course, all the people that donated. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's her name is Dottie Barber.
Dali.
Thank you, Dottie. Dottie, right?
Yes, right.
We need people who support film and art, and we're running out of time, but I definitely want to ask you, Eddie, what do you hope audiences get out of watching shots? You kind of mentioned it when you were talking about the inspiration, but seeing this at Garden State Film Festival, you get to see the audience reactions. What are you hoping that they walk away from?
I guess that they're entertained first off, and come away feeling hopeful. Some of the other festivals that we've been at so far, audiences cheer and they clap and they applaud, and they come up to the both of us afterwards and they're like, wow, that was so, I felt so bad, and then by the end it was so, and it's something else to move people emotionally with
Mhm.
with art, and specifically with film. For the both of us, this is like what we do, what we love. So it's, if if after the movie they feel like, wow, that was really cool. There is hope still left. You know, you don't have to turn to the dark side or whatever. That's what I hope for. I hope it impacts people in that way. Like people just remember and go, wow, that was pretty good.
Mm. Definitely is a memorable film. I'm excited for people to see it at Garden State Film Festival. Sorry if you already mentioned this, but will you both be there in person?
I'll be there. I don't know if Paula can make it. But
Try my
hopefully,
best. We'll
All right.
see. I think I might be on the shoot that day.
We'll be rooting for you to be there, Paula. But everyone can come see Shots. Let me tell you how you can see it. It will be screening Saturday, March 23rd. The film block starts at 11:45 a.m. at Asbury Hotel. Definitely come check it out. We know Eddie's going to be there. You can meet this great filmmaker and just meet other amazing filmmakers and see some great content. So definitely check out our website, gsff.org. Go to Flash Tickets to get your tickets to this screening of Shots and any other screenings there and lots of cool events that we have. Thank you, Eddie and Paula, again, for taking the time out to talk to us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Really looking forward to this. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's an honor. Thank you. Of course, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you at the festival.
All right, bye.
Bye.